The Pinball Network is online. Launching.
Drain Pinball Podcast.
All right. What are you, you're scratching your chin there, Travis. What are you looking for?
I just like how I'm the only one celebrating the festivities and the holiday season.
Yeah.
Like I was told this is a Christmas episode.
Nobody
and I showed
said
up.
those words. Nobody said it was anything.
Last time somebody did. Maybe it's me. Maybe I said it was.
Last time we recorded, I think was like the first or second week in November. And
Should I go change?
No, never, Tom, unless you're taking stuff off.
Oh.
But
Okay.
no, it's I think I made the comment of like, well, we'll probably get an episode out before Thanksgiving, that way people have something. And obviously
that was a
didn't
lie.
happen. Yeah. Wrong. So it's sorry about that. What I've learned is, we three guys, very different work schedules, very different, family schedules. We could not get anything coordinated. We tried, and it didn't happen.
Look, my OnlyFans is taking off. I have to be there for them.
You have to. You gotta.
It's been busy, and I have a bunch of foosball tables to sell too, Joel. It's
the ping
bubble
pong?
hockey, everything, skee ball.
These kind of foosball tables.
Yeah, I love ping pong. Yeah.
I was told that the pinball market is just crashing and everything's like going to hell in a handbasket. So
You look for a new job yet?
Isn't it more popular than ever, though?
Well, if you read online, apparently nothing's selling. So, I guess.
I just sold 2 games this week.
We need to talk about that. We need to talk more about that. But, let's
I don't
do
want
it.
to, Joel. I don't want, you know what I want to talk about? I just want to be 3 friends drinking Winter Jack and talking about how it's the holiday season. And we can talk about pinball during that, too.
Oh, okay.
We need to talk about the Whopper Chopper.
Let's go through this list of things we need to talk about. We need to talk about Metallica thoughts.
So we're going to have the production meeting now.
Yep. Evil Dead thoughts. I was going to mention Looney Tunes, and Tom
Joel, are
has
you
that
drinking
thing to
like
mention.
Travis and I?
No,
He's having a ginger ale
I'm
or
having
something.
We're good.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Is that good? I
I
think
went
we're
with
good.
the Yingling.
We ready to go?
Didn't you have a rush beer?
I did, but
Sorry, Joel, we're distracted.
I still want to save it.
Go ahead and just roll the
It's okay.
roll
Joel's
the
going
intro.
to talk forever. Don't worry about everybody.
We're 3 guys who like to talk pinball, so we came up with a clever name. We're Joel and Travis Scott who talk pinball, and we call ourselves Triple Drain, Triple Drain, Triple Drain. We're Triple Drain.
We did it. We did it. Okay.
We did. Great job, everybody.
Tom, you said you sold 2 games. What games did you sell? Why are you selling them? Was it easy to sell them?
Mainly for room, but I sold Game of Thrones LE to Conrad, who does listen to the podcast. Hi, Conrad. And I sold my Elvira Premium.
Okay.
So 2 Stern games.
Why Elvira? I remember that was you wanted that game for a long time. Why is it leaving the collection? Why isn't it sticking around?
Why is it staying? That's the question.
Ooh. Uno reverse card, Joel.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I can't answer that.
I
you should have kept it for the Pinball Cup. You probably could have used that game.
Oh, wow.
I'll go find it somewhere.
The Stern Pinball Cup?
The Pinball Cup. What?
Have you guys heard about that?
I've heard about it.
The thing that they've been honeydicking us about?
Thanks for getting that
It's
in
like
there, Tom.
every week,
fit it
it's
in.
like coming in December. Now it's like coming soon.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
where is it?
I was so fired
Update
up
all
for
your
it, too.
games because the Pinball Cup is coming. Do not hesitate.
Joel,
Update all your games.
what is the Pinball Cup, Joel?
That's a great question. I don't know. The problem is I know the guy responsible for it. I'm not trying to call him out in a negative way, but Ben at Stern, who I know listens to this, such an awesome dude. I know he's very much responsible for a lot of insider connected stuff. So I'm assuming he had a big part in this, but they advertised it as some sort of competition here in December. I'm assuming it's based on either score, achievements, points, something. I don't know.
Travis and I were really excited.
Yeah,
like December 1st came. It was Monday. We're like, okay, we're ready. We're ready to like rock. And then
jumped
like
out of bed,
nothing.
ran down into the basement in your
I
skivvies,
did.
turned on all your games.
I actually, okay, Joel, I
He
will
was
admit,
honeydicked.
I will admit, as soon as I logged in, did I look at my work email first thing in the morning? No, I did not. You know what I did? I looked at the Stern Pinball Facebook to see if they announced it. I looked on the website to see what's going on. I looked on Reddit. I looked everywhere. I even went to Pinside, Joel. I even went to Pinside. Holy shit. Yeah. So I was, and then when I realized it wasn't going on, next thing I did, got on the text message with you guys, just in all caps. Where's the pinball cup?
Yep.
Like I was legit ready. Like I was, because it's exciting. Like the ideas that they have with it. And it said coming in December, so I was just assuming December 1st. But maybe that's Tom and mine's fault. Maybe it's not like coming December 1st.
No, it's not our fault.
Or
it's
second,
coming
or third,
in December.
or fourth. I guarantee
now,
you.
Well, it's still
granted,
December.
there's 31 days in December.
Yeah, that's what I mean. As soon as we get this podcast out, it's probably even before.
That'll be tomorrow. So we're recording this.
It'll drop tomorrow.
We're recording this 10 p.m. Eastern time on December 5th. So if this
we already do that already,
drops
Tom. Don't worry about it. It don't
6th,
matter.
Yeah, I'm not worried.
So what is the Pinball Cup? It's like a tiered event, right? To where they kind of explained it. They have T-shirts. They have shirts.
Challenge.
So
there's challenges for each game, is my understanding.
Yeah.
Like you have to complete certain tasks. I think it's kind of like what they did with the John Wick contracts, which disappeared.
Right. So it's I think the way that they put it on the website too, it's like the first, like they give an example using Deadpool. And so it's like hard challenge, easy challenge, whatever challenge. And it's worth so many points. And I guess you have like so many challenges per game. And then depending on what you finish, you tier up or down levels, and you go against other people in leaderboards. I think that's
there's no need to play because I'm fucking winning it all.
Okay.
That's all I know.
Noted.
Yeah. You don't even have to try, everybody.
I get,
Do you have
retiring?
Well, I know tomorrow, Tom, you mentioned tomorrow you're getting your Metallica LE. It's coming. It's going to be dropped out tomorrow. So that'll be a great thing to take into the weekend.
Yeah.
Do you still have your X-Men Pro?
It's right here.
Oh, well, it's okay. I see it
Is
now.
it for sale still? Or
Still
no?
for sale.
Still for sale. All right.
Why?
Everybody, you
But
hear
I'm
that?
not dropping the price. Okay, Joe, why are you selling it?
Yeah. I think
Because I've already
it's a good
completed the
question.
future. I've already beaten the game.
He's already seen it. He's been there.
Did you see that pinball company tutorial? Just keep ripping.
That's how I did it.
Dude,
Really?
Drop it like it's hot, man.
Yep.
You guys
You got to watch Travis's video.
ASAP. And then I was just like, what if I do the opposite of what Joel told me?
Yeah.
That's
don't listen
exactly
to me for
what
rules,
I thought. I was
clearly.
like, how long can I stay in the future? And then I was like,
Here's what I don't understand with the new code, okay?
Right.
Like, you actually have to have the README file to understand what all the characters do in the future, correct?
Yes. As of right now. As of the current code,
right
yes.
now. Okay.
Yes. I don't think it shows up. It doesn't show up on the LCD screen. Yeah. I
don't think so.
You just whip it out, It's like and nobody knows what Gambit does or Bishop or anything, except for you, if you read the README. So, when you're ready to drop the hammer, you just trap up, you just stare into their soul, like just turn around and look at them. Just be like, I read the fucking README. And then you just let it rip. That's what you do. Establish dominance.
Drop the hammer. That's
it's like
Metallica.
peeing on the game, Joel.
Just this is mine now. This is mine now because I read the file. I committed to the EULA or whatever it is, and I got that README file.
Have you ever done that, Joel?
Have
just
I
walk
peed on a
up and
pinball
pee
machine?
on the game.
No.
Gotta try it sometime.
Well, invite me over sometime, and I'll make it happen. Yeah.
I can only imagine that's what Tom does with his LEs when he sets them up. He's like,
you're mine now.
All my buyers now are like, oh,
why does your coin box smell of piss? Dude, my coin box.
Now I know why he's selling.
That Game of Thrones is coming back on your doorstep really quick now.
Oh man,
I've never peed on it.
Sorry, Conrad.
Do you have a flood in your basement? No.
No, it's just Tom.
Well, okay, so
it's
Metallica.
male dominance.
No, let's finish X-Men. X-Men, I will.
We already did finish X-Men. Both Tom and I did.
You've finished the code, and I understand the code
Did you
right
finish
now.
it?
No, I have
Joel,
not finished it. No.
How close have you gotten to beating the future?
I don't have any more. My goal.
I don't even know if it's like.
When I
is that
had
not X-Men behind you? What is that? What do you got?
Looney Tunes?
Is that Looney Tunes? I don't have
mean,
my
that's
glasses on.
kinda like
I don't know.
X-Men.
Let me look.
They have balls.
Okay, yeah, I see it now.
And the flippers.
Yeah, there's balls.
No, I X-Men. What I will. Okay, I've had a lot of people reach out because it's weird. It's this roller coaster of hype about a game. You know, the game's revealed. People are like, "This game's incredible. Oh my gosh, it's going to be so good." And then people get it and they're like, "Oh, I love the way this shoots." And then all of a sudden they're like, "Man, there's some flipper hop with the lower left flipper." And oh man, my plunge isn't 100%. And then some people get super upset about that, about mechanical issues. And then they're just kind of start twiddling their thumbs about code. You know, they're like, "Okay, the code's fine, but where is it? Is there more?" And then all of a sudden people are like, "Nah, I'm sick of waiting, gone." And it's just this roller coaster over the course of like 3-4 weeks, and it's crazy. This hobby's crazy.
That's pinball. Like
that's pinball.
That's what, I mean, that's what it's been, right?
I like the game. If nobody's gonna buy, I've had some people reach out. You know,
there you go. Sell the shit out of this game.
Basically,
Tom. Here we go.
You know, tire kickers.
Yeah,
but
give me that piss soaked X-Men. I'm ready for it.
Are they like trying to like say something like, "I'll give you $5,500"?
The first question is always,
like
"Why are you selling it?"
Yeah,
and the
do
real
you ask them
is,
why do you want to buy it?
I should.
Yeah, that's what I do all the time. If somebody asks me why I'm selling a pen, I'm like, why do you want to buy it?
I'm going to start doing it. I'm going to start leading with that now.
I mean, I'm not talking about with my actual company I work for. I'm talking about personal. Yeah.
That's going to work real well with you.
I mean, if somebody literally calls us up with my actual company I work for, why are you selling the pin? I'm like, I don't know, to make a living? Like, what do you want me to say?
Is this the pinball company? I want one of the pinballs. Why are you buying one?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah.
I will say, so X-Men personally, I miss it. I really loved the way it shot. Like I had a lot of fun with the game. But I also, when it left the house, I was like, I'm looking forward to playing this again in 6 months. You know, like I want to see where this code develops to. Unfortunately, since it's left the house, you know, there was a presentation with Pinball Expo, and they showed like an outline of the code of what they're planning on doing with the code. And there wasn't a ton in that outline that isn't already in the game. So I'm very curious what like big, you know, it's like big pieces, big structural pieces. I know there's a couple
inserts that are above that, like, I don't know, tic-tac-toe bingo thing.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. It's not Namor. It's like the...
I'll look at it right now.
Oh, yeah, please. Yeah. Senator
Nimrod?
Kelly. Nimrod. There it is.
Nimrod's in the game now.
Oh, so it wasn't when I had it. But it's very clear. It's like, okay, I bet there's going to be some sort of wizard mode when you complete all the missions.
There's a Senator Kelly, and then there's a Master Hold with like a Sentinel.
Master Mold.
Yep.
That would be the...
Master Mold. Excuse me, I can't read.
And even the meta's kind of changed a little bit now, Joel. Like it's... so ever since they put Nimrod in it, now the way that I approach it, like I don't think there's any other videos out about it except for like maybe Carlos when he had like a 86-hour stream on the game or whatever.
It's still going now.
Yeah, still going to this day. But so the way that I approached it was just to do a couple of like challenging modes or missions to get to the future. Yep. And then never leave the future. Stay there for as long as possible. Access Nimrod. Keep playing the shots. Keep going.
Don't leave.
Don't leave. Yep. That's how I approached it.
This is the problem, and I realize the three of us are very different. You two are more similar than me, that's for sure. And what
Pinball.
I mean is,
while you're listening, I want it to be on the record. This is Joel saying this is the problem, not me.
No, I'm not saying it's a problem. It's just it's very clear how different we approach pinball machines and like what gets you excited. Because I want a game that's broad, not deep. I like broad. And the reason it's just because I can't keep the ball above the flippers long enough to experience deep. And that's something where, not like Godzilla is a perfect example, and not in a bad way, but it's like I know some of those final modes I'm never going to see. Like I'm happy when I get to a tier 2 battle. I've gotten to Planet X one time. You know, it's like
I think this game is very like beginner to mid level.
like
like
X-Men,
you're saying,
right? Yes.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Even my skill level, I've seen everything in the game. And so that's why I'm looking for, give me more things that are close to the start button. And what I mean by that is like Deadpool there was a huge change when Mech Suit Multiball was added. Because now all of a sudden, there's something that you can kind of divert your focus to, or like you can kind of chip away at that at any moment. And that was what bothered me when I saw the layout of the diagram of the code. They didn't say anything like that. There was no like side modes, side things, side objectives that they were going to start sprinkling in to the core structure of the code of, you know, play the missions, go to the future, play the missions, go to the future. Like I that's what I want. I want the other things to do if you get bored of doing the main storyline.
What you want is to know how to start Save the City.
Well, yes, I've done it, and I know it involves hitting every shot, but it doesn't choreograph it very well, and you don't. Yes,
there's a lot of people that get tripped up on how to actually do it. Yeah,
like a lot of us are like, how do you?
Should we actually tell people how to do it, Tom, or just let it stay a secret?
I still don't know this.
You still don't know? Oh no.
No.
Are you saying I'm like the only one here that knows?
You might be the only one.
You hit all the city shots.
I don't know if Carl knows.
You hit all the city shots, but the challenge is the fact that the X-Jet shot and the mansion shot don't count as one shot. Those count as two separate shots.
Two separate shots that you also need to level up.
Yeah.
Which is near impossible to do.
How do you hit the mansion shot without hitting
what the hell's the mansion shot?
So you hit the X-Jet, which goes up and whoop
on the side, and
it goes across.
Danger room ramp is also.
So the ramp that's coming towards you into the danger room, that's called the mansion shot. How do you hit that without hitting the X-Jet shot? How do you do that?
You have to fall in there.
Wait. You're saying that the ramp that comes around,
isn't that the mansion shot?
The mansion? I thought it was just I thought they were just going ahead and just counting it as the danger room ramp. I mean, we were just getting our verbiage.
Either way, the way it's described is you have to hit all the city shots, and then you're supposed to level them up equally, and that's the other challenge. Honestly, I've been to Save the City a handful of times. Every single time I did it, it just happened to be lit after I got out of the future, either the first or second time.
Right.
So I feel like there has to be some other limitation of like
you have to visit the future first.
Till you do something.
Well, just think of it this way: it acts like a total annihilation. It's very hard to pick up, but if you envision it like that, that's the way it is.
So give me the inserts
so you have
of
to
like
hit
showing
3 shots
three
on everyone.
of everything. Yeah.
There you go.
I just hope,
but it has to be equal though, because I think if you go above it, right? If you can, I think you can go all the way up to like 5 or 6 shots, and if you happen to go above it, then the other one has to catch up. I think. I'm not 100% positive, but yeah.
Either way,
That's
it's nothing.
Weird.
It's just complete ambiguity. Like you have no idea what's going on, and all of a sudden, boom! That center ramp or that center shot is blinking yellow, and the Save the City insert is blinking yellow. So until they add either something in the instant info information, or they put something on the LCD to signal how many times or what you've hit, you're out of luck.
Yeah, they have like the level up indication in the lower right hand side or towards the right hand side of the LCD, but it happens so fast that there's no way for you to catch it while you're playing.
I thought the level up was the Beast Lab. I thought it has nothing to do with Save the City.
No, it's a separate thing. It's a separate thing. Okay. You can also level up your shots too, which is part of Save the City.
Well, maybe this is
you would know this if you read the README. I don't think it's on there though, to be honest with you. So it's kind of convoluted if you don't realize it's there.
To me, it's like, I think I'm good on Stern for addressing the auto plunge issues. They're apparently sending out kits. Hopefully that fixes most of it. My main takeaway from the auto plunge thing was I cannot think of a reason why you would want to manually plunge X-Men. There's only a few places the ball would come out. Like, I don't, even as a tournament player, I don't see it being advantageous to short plunge. Like,
no, just get the ball to your right flipper.
So
and start going.
If 100% of the time you want that ball to fully complete the path, in my opinion, it's like, why was it not a button then? Why did Stern not eliminate the plunger and put a button, just like Monster Bash or Looney Tunes or anything, Rick and Morty, just like an auto launch, boop, hit the button and go. And I understand, I have faith that they could design one that would still fit within their current standard cabinet. But that, like, to me, when I had the game, I never manually plunged. I was always using the action button to auto plunge. And so I feel like that would make a designer's job easier too, because you're only having to account for hopefully a very controlled launch. But just a thought. So I'm glad they're fixing that. The lower left flipper bounce, some people are talking about moving that wire form. There's already people working on mods to try to get rid of that flipper hop. But I really hope they don't give up on the code. I hope the code continues to progress, and I don't know if that's something, if there's any way they could just sprinkle a little more in there, just fill it out a little more.
I mean, it's still super early though.
Oh, I
mean,
know, yeah.
Gomez said
it's
over
only
and over again.
0.88 code.
Well,
But
not only that, but George kept saying that it was rushed in production.
Yeah,
So
6
naturally,
months.
naturally everything else is going to be a little bit further behind. So it's almost like for this game, I mean, I know.
Man, the next game is probably going
Yeah.
to be at like 1.3 code.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. Like, I know I got to watch my words carefully here, so somebody's not like, well, you're just shilling it now. But I'm just, the reality is like we talked about earlier, we're gonna have to wait until summertime, really, to even revisit this
Give
pin.
it a fair chance.
When we're looking at it from a code perspective. But I get it, because they put it out like this. They're taking money, the MSRP money, that's the same amount as like Jaws and Godzilla and just games that are completely fleshed out. So I get it, like, fully. What
Prices
in the world
are
is
going to
that?
be more than.
What scares me though,
Do you hear
is
this?
Yes, you're doing something crazy.
What is going on here?
I don't know.
It's called technology. It's in your phone.
My phone?
His phone started. What's it playing? Your
I don't know.
Ripper X DVD or something? What
I
are
don't
you
know.
doing?
I guess it thought it said, "Hey Siri, like play that." Oh shit! Hang on.
You just set that off on every single listener. So that's listening to this, that's on headphones.
Edit that out, or
Sorry,
My
guys.
phone didn't react.
Okay. You
How
have
about
headphones on,
Metallica?
Tom.
How about Metallica? That's what we need to talk
Well,
about.
what my last statement, what I was going to say is,
All right, if we're gonna stay on X-Men, I'm pouring myself another drink.
All I'm saying is, like, James Bond. James Bond came out and it was super shallow code. There was nothing in it, but there was a gazillion inserts on the playfield that made it very clear how much more they were going to put in that game.
Right.
Like, there was but that's the only thing that scares me a little bit about X-Men. As far as I know, there's only like 2 inserts that don't have something right now, and it's what Tom pointed out. Master Mold and Senator Kelly. And then for them at Expo to show the outline of the code and not to have like, oh, we have a whole nother page, but we're going to keep that a secret or something. It's like everything I'm seeing on that outline is already blocked into the game. So I'm very curious. I'm honestly, just from a personal standpoint, it's a theme that I love. I really enjoyed the way it shot. I really loved the way it looked. But the code is the biggest hesitation I would have for that to ever enter my collection. And I got time. I'm happy to wait.
You don't have one, Joel.
What?
You don't have an X-Men.
I do not, but I'm saying I'm happy to wait to even consider buying one.
I mean, if you want an X-Man, I know
who
a guy has one for sale. Yeah, I
know
know a guy. I know a guy. Yeah.
Does it smell like piss? So
no, it's a pro, so it has not been pissed on.
Oh, he only asserts dominance on the LEs. Got it. Yes. He's looking at himself in the back glass while he does it. Yeah.
Damn
straight. He just takes his pants down, rubs his ass on the pros. I bet that's what he does.
All right.
We just lost all our listeners.
I was just thinking a lot about code.
Hey, if they still listen to us, Tom, after Joel talked about his nuts like 2 episodes ago, we're fine. We're home free.
I've already apologized for that. I don't know if we went down in listens, but thanks for
what kind of incision do they make, Joel?
What they
do
it's
they
a
like
star. What do you
well,
think?
we never
they
asked
carved
you
in?
this. Do they like spread the twig and berries, or how did they do this?
I was numb, Travis. I wasn't staring
Were
at
you
it. I wasn't
spread
watching.
eagle?
Figured
Oh,
you
was
did.
I
have
spread eagle?
stirrups?
No, there's no stirrups.
Was your legs just like dangling
Okay.
off the end of the table?
No, I was laying on a table. Yes.
Oh, so
Enjoy
your
the
legs
visual.
were there. Okay.
Yeah.
Did you hear another patient screaming in the room next door
No.
before the procedure?
None of that. Luckily.
Did your wife drive you to the procedure?
My wife drove me to and from the procedure. Yes.
That was
Yes.
nice of her.
She
Did you
was-
get a
yeah.
milkshake
Considering
afterwards?
she was the one who wanted it.
I didn't have tooth surgery. No, I didn't have. No, I did no milkshake.
You can get a
No.
milkshake? I always
No.
get a milkshake after any surgery. Like, why not?
You go to the doctor and get like a lollipop.
Did they
and a
snip
milkshake,
the
don't you?
red wire, the
Yeah.
blue wire? or the
They
green
snipped
wire?
both wires, Tom. They snipped them both. Okay, so I've been thinking a lot about code. I know we talk a lot about code, and we've talked a lot about what makes games challenging to be appealing to so many different players. And in my opinion, there's only a handful of games that truly have done it right. And Metallica, that game was here. Metallica LE. What an amazingly beautiful game. And it's just one of those things where if you have an original Metallica, you know the game's great. You know the game's awesome. There's a reason it's been in your collection for a gazillion years. But what Stern managed to do is they genuinely improved it in every single way.
Thank you.
How so?
What did you get?
Oh, I was just
Oh,
asking
beef
to
jerky?
elaborate
Monica
on
brought me
that.
brownies. No, go ahead.
Oh, that's really kind.
Hi, Monica.
Hey, did you bring a napkin?
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I mean, at least he
All right.
started with a thank you.
It's
But
going
I'm
to
just
get
gonna eat this-
frosting everywhere.
Eat it like a savage, I guess. Okay,
Where's
go
my
ahead, Joel.
napkin?
ahead.
Every single way. I felt like the snap your flippers
Travis
is
is just
incredible.
civilized. That's all.
It's incredible, but it also speeds up the game. The art is amazing. The sound package, they've remastered obviously all that. It's in stereo, so the sound is fantastic. The addition of the
Hold on a
expression
second,
lighting.
Joel. Michelle, make me some damn brownies.
And a napkin. Don't forget the napkin.
That did come out
Sorry,
kind of harsh,
Joel,
didn't
go
it?
ahead. Go
No,
ahead.
the
I was just
expression
pissed
lights-
off at my wife.
Incredible. Yeah, your wife. Come on, she needs to. Where's mine?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. What the heck?
Get in line.
Hey, this
What?
is what happens when you're a trophy
Yeah.
husband, guys. I tell you this all the
I
time.
know.
Yeah,
How
you
do it?
earned those
Phil-
brownies. Yeah, let me tell you.
I'm like the
Brr.
house husband.
Uh,
Got to make dinner.
um,
So
Raymond's
Metallica,
listening.
right?
Raymond's listening to this right now, and he's like, "Shut up, guys! Just keep telling me why Metallica's great."
Okay, wait.
what-
Okay, so Joel, what were you talking about?
Yeah, what
Metallica,
Ray
right?
did to Metallica? I mean, we gave him
Yes.
crap that he just copy pasted, but honestly, I mean,
Yeah.
he had to kind of rebuild the whole game. But then even the modes that he added, it's just that game is so much fun. And once coming back to that, like, give me something to focus on, but yet I love the distractions. As in, okay, if in my head I'm thinking, okay, I want to get this multi-ball going, and then all of a sudden I look down and I'm like, oh, I'm one hardwired shot away from starting hardwired. Might as well hit that shot. And
Joel,
then
you
next thing
just
I know,
locked up my brain there. You said, give me something to focus on, but I love the distractions.
what I'm saying
It's
is,
poetic.
it's every game, right, has some core goal, some core, like usually it's modes. You're just work your way through.
Okay, so
it's
you're
like, give
meaning
me-
like you have your core thing, but then you have like your side quests.
So the core thing in Metallica would be crank it up, right? That's the you are trying to get to crank it up. Hopefully the multi balls help you. Don't
Yeah,
think about points.
say
I don't
that.
think about points. Don't think about points. Like in my
Don't
goal,
think about points. Okay.
don't think about
got it.
points. I know that's hard for you, but I'm
Got it.
saying like when I step up to Metallica, I'm thinking, okay, crank it up is the goal.
Mhm.
But if I can start a multi-ball, it's going to help me get to crank it up faster. But the fact
True,
that they
yep.
added in that almost like that ladder system in the way where it's like, okay, the blue arrows on the left ramp. Oh, I've already hit Snake. I've already hit Sparky. Let me just grab a grave marker. That way it'll complete. Get that update, Tom. Yep. That way it'll complete
Is
all.
the pinball cup going now?
Yeah, right now. It just launched.
I know,
It just
Jaws is
launched.
updated. I'm worried my Jaws is broken now. My Jaws is now for sale, everybody.
Right, yeah. I'm sure. Yeah. I'm sorry, Joel. You're going to get through your talk here. We're good. Okay.
I'm saying if I'm
Imagine
focused
getting
on doing,
interrupted while you're talking.
I have no idea what that is. No idea what.
Where were we?
Sorry,
Metallica?
Joel.
Metallica. Yep.
Everybody's going to be mad at me.
Arrows to the right ramp.
Where are
we on right now? I'm lost.
I would love to get into it. I would love
I'm
to
muting
do
myself
that.
right now.
Yeah. Just shove that brownie in your face. And they're already gone. Both are gone. Okay. With Metallica, the game, to get to crank it up, you have to get 12 of all four. You have to get 12 grave markers, coffins, sparkies, and snakes, and then crank it up as lit. And you could hit each one of those shots individually, but that's a lot of shots. But there's a nuance to the game where you can go one step further, where you can essentially place shots on the other main shots so that you're kind of getting double or triple your value per shot. And there's a whole nother layer to that, where if you put a snake, a grave marker, and a sparky all on one shot, then you can hit the shot again. It'll start to hurry up. You hit the coffin, and then you've locked in that shot. So that shot for the rest of the game, or until you get to seek and destroy, that shot is giving you the best bang for your buck you can ask for. And it's just, what I'm saying though is, at least for me in the way that I play, I love how I have an objective, but then all of a sudden I'm just seeing other things where it's like, let me do this real quick. Let me do that real quick. And it just adds this nuance, this constant decision making in my head of what do I want to do right now in this moment? I'm only a few shots away from that multi-ball. Let me save it. Let me work on this. And in my opinion, it made it feel like every time I stepped up to the game, it gave me a different or a very unique playing experience compared to some games, which it's just like, do this mode, do this mode, do this mode, mini wizard mode, do another mode, mini wizard mode. Like, and I've realized these modes I can do better than others. So even though there's 10 modes in the game, I'm going to play these 3 almost every time. Like, there's something about that that I really loved. And I don't know. I had a ton of fun with Metallica. Even though there's no modes in the game, like, it's not a mode-based game, but yet it still drew me in. And everything I explained, it took me a few times to explain it because it's kind of complicated. But yet my dad steps up to the game. My dad likes Metallica music, and all he needed was Sparky. That's all he needed in that game was Sparky. He streamed with my brother and I the other night, and for 2 hours, every single time he hit start, it's very clear his only goal was to get Sparky multi-ball going and survive. And he was having a blast. So the fact that game was designed at a level where you can have one mech that's that engaging for an average player that they keep wanting to play, but yet also has this crazy nuance for, intermediate to advanced players to want to, attack it in many different ways. But then to go one step further for you tournament nuts, I had Preston over, he streamed it with me, super skilled tournament player. To see him set up a 4-way jackpot, and then to get to crank it out, build it up and then hit the 2x to cash out, like, to have the nuances there for you guys to keep you coming back for more. Just brilliant. Like, it's such a well done game. And I don't know like how, I'm not saying it's perfect, but it's like that secret sauce. Why is that secret sauce so impossible? Why is it not like, I think it feels impossible, like why every game can't somehow be that nuanced, that varied, that engaging for so many different audiences.
You got to remember who was the original software encoder on it.
Lyman.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's a reason why he's considered one of the best, if not the best one to do it. Yeah. I mean, just he was always about stuff like that, just building up the perfect risk reward and just kind of knowing how to get you to explore the entire playfield.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. And that's the way Metallica really is. And that's what's so exciting about the new release of Metallica, right?
Yeah.
Because Raymond's been able to add on to that and also polish up a lot of stuff that people don't realize is even polished up, such as how the end of the line jackpots work, and there's other things that could have been exploitable or might have been some scoring that was a little wonky that's been drawn back a little bit. So yeah, +2, it's got a topper multi-ball with it now as well. So there's a lot of bells and whistles to it. I can only imagine it's probably a very fun experience. I've only played like 2 games on it so far, or 3 games, but Yeah, I think I have not heard of anybody getting the game and being disappointed by the package that it is. Because I mean, you get the LE, it has the expression lights on it,
Oh,
new
they're
artwork.
so nice.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
it's
mean,
beautiful.
Yeah. It's the one LE that I was very tempted to get recently because I was just like, this is the whole package, and not only that, you realize you're getting a game that's fully fleshed out too.
Oh,
and that's the most exciting part too. It's fully fleshed out pretty much from the get-go. And I'm sure Raymond's going to keep polishing it up a little bit as he sees fit. But for all intents and purposes, it's ready to go. And it's a fun experience for everybody that plays it.
100%. It's not, I mean, yes, I think it's blackened multi-ball, which is that multi-ball is going to happen once you've played the 4 main multi-balls. Once you do that, that should be blackened. I don't know if it's a wizard mode or a multi-ball, but that is not in the game.
I think the one I was talking about is was it Injustice for All?
Yeah, with the top.
Yeah, multi-ball. Yeah. And I haven't got a chance to see that yet. I just know it's there. And then I know they got the 72 seasons.
That's already
something to do with the stand-ups, on switches, and
I could teach you what that is if you want to.
I mean,
if you
I
care
have
to
eventually.
If you care,
eventually, not right now, Joel. I can't do a tutorial right now because eventually we got to get on and talk about Looney Tunes at some point, right?
Yes, sure do. So that's what I don't know. I just that challenge for a software designer of making code. That's the thing, and I'm not trying to dog on X-Men, but it's just like, when I look at where X-Men code is right now, it's just so clear. It's like, what are you doing? You're playing missions, going to the future, and then there's a multi-ball here or there if you need it. Like I need all the other stuff, and so I compare it to Jaws, and maybe this is Tom, you've had so if we look at this year alone, you have X-Men in your house, you had John Wick in your house, you obviously have Jaws, you bought that one. What other new? I mean, you had Godfather, but that was last year. What other new games have you owned? Because what I'm trying to get at is Jaws the only new game.
What are you trying to get at, Joel?
What I'm getting at is
the
Jaws the only new game.
What game have you not owned recently?
But he's owned a lot of these newer games.
Exactly. That's why that's
gone.
A better question. What game have you not owned, Tom?
But what I'm
GTF?
saying is the games that he has owned
don't
are
sell
either
out
for
ones,
sale
Joel.
or gone. So so you still have Jaws. So that's there was something about Jaws that has kept it there. And I know that to me is a game that I feel like I want or almost need to own because of everything I just said. There's so many different directions you can take that game. And they're all done so well.
It doesn't feel like anything else. I mean, that's the cool, like Metallica.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, the shots are similar to games that John Borg has done, but the rule set is completely different than anything else, and there's nothing like it.
Okay,
that's how Jaws is, and those are the games I like, where there's just differences in code. I like different playfield layouts, but when games feel,
unique.
I don't know, when I can turn my brain off and play a game, like I just lose interest, I guess.
Oh, so you want to stay like that staying mentally engaged or stimulated in that sense is key. Because to me, it's
like
funny
I have my early solid state games where I can turn my brain off. Sometimes. Okay.
Because there are some times that I like, maybe this is the transition or bringing Looney Tunes, but like, I feel like Looney Tunes is a game I don't have to overthink it. I don't have to overthink it. Just buckle up and have a good time. Like just play the game. And sometimes when I come down here, I only have time for one game or I only have time for 10 minutes. Like I just want to step up to a game, almost find it relaxing, but yet also engaging but yet not, I don't want to stress while I'm playing. I just want to have fun for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like right now, Cactus Canyon, I don't have to overthink anything. Just play the game and have a good time.
I mean, it just depends on what you get. Like, how do you define fun in pinball? A lot of people define it different ways. Right. It could be an old school solid state, such as like Harlem Globetrotters. People just love ripping a spinner. Right. Exactly. It could be like any old EM like Argosy. We hear that a lot. Like people like that game, or whatever it could be, right? And then you got others that are rules nuts. Like I know I'm like this. I enjoy getting a game and breaking it down and figuring out, okay, how can I totally break this code? All right, how can I piece this together? If I do this, what is the 3 to 5 things that could happen?
Sure.
And what else could I add on to it? That's what I get the fun. Like I get my fun out of pinball, not just the layout, but the idea of what the game is and what the coder and what the software people want me to do based on what the lights are guiding me to, based off what the scoring is, based off what the shots are returning back to me, like how the designer was. Like that's how my brain works. So, not everybody thinks on that level in terms of wanting to worry about the rules. Like sometimes the level people are on is the bright lights, the mech that does something crazy, and that's fine. Like nothing's better than the other. It's just, that's realistic. So it's kind of like you look back at X-Men, right?
Yeah.
When X-Men got released, nobody was saying, oh, look at the awesome hand mech of the Sentinel, right? Like there wasn't really that many people talking about that. It was more or less like, oh, look at the unique layout that has the danger room at the side and the offset flippers. Like that was something different that people hadn't seen. If you're newer to pinball, you haven't seen it at all. But if you've been around pinball for years, you might have seen it with Gold Wings or whatever that game was called a long time ago. So yeah, people just get their fun in different ways. And that's perfectly fine. And I think that's what makes Jaws so unique, that when you look at it, like I know the three of us have talked to Elizabeth Gieske a lot, and her mind is sharp. Like she knows what she's doing. I've talked about rules with her and in theory, game theory, dealing with it, and she is sharp. And so there's a reason why when you get that type of brain on it combined with Elwin and you're bouncing off ideas, of course you're gonna like bake something that's awesome like that, and that's really what it boils down to. So yeah, a lot of it just depends on what is the vision of the designer, what's the vision of the software, is that cohesive, does it make sense, who wins out, does it go the direction that suits the design, right? Because sometimes we've seen it before, certain rules and certain decisions, it doesn't seem like it matches up with the actual design of the pin. Like I could think of one off the top of my head, GNR. I've always thought that with the amount of multi-balls that would pour out and just the layout didn't feel like that's what should have been happening, because there's just total chaos in the bottom third the whole entire time. So it's just really dependent. Like, how does that work? It's very hard to make that cohesive in pinball.
I totally get it. And it just, I feel like my overall experience in pinball, I'm just continually challenged by what I find fun, what I find engaging. I very much so care about seeing what my friends and family find fun, what they find engaging. And
what do you find fun and engaging though? Since you're the one playing, what do you find that's fun to you? Like, what are you drawn to right now?
Okay, so first off, the game, if the layout is frustrating to me, like if I feel like there's some shots that are clunky or bricky or just not smooth, like...
So every layout you ever play.
Wow. No, there are definitely games. So an example would be Alien. I actually, there was a lot about Alien pinball I liked, but I did not enjoy the way it shot. Like there was some layout where it's just like, okay, that the cryovac chamber or whatever in the upper left, like to get that, you have to hit it with an upper flipper, but the shot to set up the upper flipper is challenging. Not to mention the shot from the upper flipper is challenging. It was just like that was like, it left a bad taste in my mouth. I didn't enjoy that aspect of it. So to me, it's like, nope, can't own the game, because if I can't physically enjoy the shots, the heck with that. But yet there's other games where the physical, like I really enjoy the shots of X-Men. That was something that drew me back in. It's just shooting the game felt fun. But what am I finding fun? I like story modes. I like modes that it's not just it's not a super simple thing. I like, maybe it's stages, if that makes sense. So like
Rush.
Story based. Yeah, there was some modes in Rush that I enjoyed. Unfortunately, the Rush that I had, it was a while ago and it kicked my butt. And I felt like Ray actually designed some really amazing things that I never got to see in that game because I was just getting destroyed.
So this was John Borg's fault. That's what
Yeah,
you're
it wasn't
saying.
Ray's fault.
That's not what I'm saying. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. So
That
Looney
makes
Tunes,
sense, though.
like
I get what you're saying, though. It
Looney
makes sense.
Tunes right now, every single mode in that game is an episode. You're playing an episode of the cartoon, and it's not just like hit 7 shots. It's like, you know, it's more like you got to do this, and then the scene is changing, and it's now the bull's following you, and you got to do this, and once you do this, and it's like changing, and I just feel like it's bringing me along.
You're saying you
and
feel like you're doing
experiencing
something meaningful, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Or you know, Godzilla, when you're attacking these things, maybe it's just the combination of the music and the lighting effects, and you actually feel like you're fighting these creatures. It's these pinball moments kind of thing. While some other modes,
he said it, Tom. He said the thing.
Yeah,
he said the thing.
You got to pay Canada $5.
But
It's a world under glass.
Some other games, though, the modes are just kind of lifeless, you know. And it's just you just feel like you're just kind of chopping wood or just kind of grinding through it.
There's
And
some
it's
shitty
kinda
modes
like
out there. We can
Avengers
call a spade. It happens.
2012.
Sure.
Oh yeah, you experienced that recently, didn't you, Tom? At Free Play Florida.
I loved it.
But
I'm gonna hit this shot 16 times instead of multi-ball.
I'm not
Captain
trying to
America pops.
I'm not trying to poo-poo on things, but like John Wick, to me, I understand it was early code, but like to me, when I had that game, I cannot tell you any difference between any of the modes. They were
AI
all
has a mind of its own, Joel.
They're all
What it
just it was just it's just a different color with a different song. But I didn't like it didn't rope me in. It didn't pull me in. I actually played Mando the other night, and
Tom.
I actually
he's about to
enjoyed
say
that
it.
game. I actually have fun with that
I
game.
like Mando's fine.
Mando, but it's
I like the music to it.
The music is fantastic. And when you so what we did was I was over at my buddy's house, and the three of us, we decided to play a co-op game. We're like, we should be able to beat this game. Let's get to this is the way. Like, let's do that. And so we actually got very close. We did not, but we were able to see all 3 wizard modes before the final wizard mode. So we saw every mode. We saw every multi-ball. The encounters are kind of a grind. But getting up there and falling down and getting up there and falling down. It used to be even worse. It used to be even worse.
Yeah, it used to be very grindy. Yeah.
But it's like actually being able to see what's all in that game. It's like, you know what? These modes are fun. They do feel unique. Like the video clips they got and the sound package in this and the energy it invests. It's like, this really is fun. Like there's some really good.
I think Mando's a solid game, cool. Honestly.
Yeah. The Foundry does. That was something that I realized. It's, you know, Ryan's like, hey, dude, get in there, cash out, buy an extra ball. It's like, oh,
you still have yours, Tom?
No, I had the LE, but I think if I could find a Pro pretty cheap, I'd probably pick one up.
Yeah.
There was, I know, so Flipping Out had one for sale used. It was a used premium, and I think it was like $6,000.
Dude, somebody put up an LE.
Been having some killer sales. Honestly.
There was an LE at $7,700.
That to me,
as of 2 days ago.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's still out there, but yeah,
the market's been lowest I've ever seen it.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand. It's like Mando is way better than that. Like that's. I don't know, pull the trigger on it. It's just, and maybe it's because the layout, it is a fan layout and all the shots are so forward that it can feel somewhat brutal, but you can, once you find the shots, like the actual code in that game, I had a lot of fun with it. And so I don't know. It's just, I am constantly battling in my head, what's the next game I want to play, or what are the games that when I borrow them from Zach, what are the games that I actually find myself coming back down here and playing frequently?
Jaws.
And Jaws is a game I miss. And X-Men.
Tom, that was the Jaws. That was the Jaws theme right there, Tom.
What about Elton John? You miss Elton John.
I was going to say that. Ooh, Metallica, yeah. I miss.
That's a fun game. Yeah.
Elton John, I miss, and Labyrinth, I miss. Those are all games.
Okay.
Labyrinth. What I will say
we
is the
don't
biggest.
Talk a lot about Labyrinth. I don't have a lot of experience on it, but it's not. From what I've played, it's a pretty good game.
Well,
it's kind of weird. It's been out for over a year now.
Yeah.
Like I remember because I lost to Joel on that somehow.
That's right.
I don't know how.
Well, what happened was
I
scored
I
more
never
points
played
than
it
you,
before.
Travis. That was what
You
that's
had
the
the actual rules person in your ear saying, "Hit this shot."
It was just natural ability.
I just got the double-barreled middle finger when I came up.
double barrel. Did you save that for the transition to Evil Dead? Yeah,
I think Bowen actually. That was pretty sweet, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think Bowen helped me through it a little bit, if I can remember right.
He didn't help enough, but but what Labyrinth did well, and Carl, our good friend Carl, he loves his Labyrinth. Like
Carl, yeah.
What Labyrinth
Carl
does really
loves
well is the modes that are in that game all feel they're story-based modes, their stages or whatever. They all feel so very unique. They're so very different. And but yet there's stuff sprinkled throughout the code along the way, you know, little mode here, little mode there. There's this whole friend multi-ball. You can build this, like they give you all these other things that you can mess with on top of these really fun modes. But go ahead.
Legit question. Okay. Because it just clued up. So I apologize for interrupting here, but Tom could probably answer this since he has an X-Men also. X-Men, if you look at the missions, they are kind of story-based, and it is about rescuing the X-Men and, you know, making sure you're changing the future and bringing them out. Like, why is that not appealing to you right now on that level? Because they are kind of like that,
they
right?
need, like Juggernaut. Juggernaut's what, like 3 shots? Like, there's no story there.
My God. Tom, have we reached the point to where Joel's like, yeah, it's too easy, man.
Joel's too good.
Joel.
Juggernaut's
he's done it.
If you want to tell me a story it's over. It's like that story is boom, 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 you're out of the mode.
Okay, so what you're saying is Juggernaut is a big pussy.
Jugger bitch. that's what Tom's trying to say.
But I maybe that's the fleshing out of, you know, they put the mode in, but maybe they can add that. Okay. Or we had talked about what if they make stages?
What about the tier 2?
Tier 2.
What about the tier 2 challenges then? Or what about the challenging ones then?
You just start all the tier 2.
Yeah, because I mean, you can raid the Sentinel facility. I mean, they have them on a conveyor belt, so that's kind of thematic, right?
But what's changing while you're playing that mode? What's changing? Nothing is changing. All it's doing is a shot scrolling from back and forth. That's it.
It's a conveyor belt.
But the whole time
Travis
you're playing
killed
that mode,
X-Men for everybody.
He did. He ruined it. You're saying, if you start it right, you can just keep hitting the middle and it'll fall on it every time.
Those launch parties aren't about following a narrative. They're about winning the damn game, Joel. That's why they're there. Score the points.
Let me tell you, everybody, I came in second and third in all my launch parties for X-Men, so it didn't work.
Well, I say all this because I like these story-based modes or these stages where it's like you're focused on one shot and then now you have to focus in another area and then you have to do this and you feel like you're actually working your way through something. I really like that. So if I really like that, do
you feel like Jaws is story-based? Why am I playing with my hat like this? Good God.
I don't know.
It's just in my hand. I have a napkin, so you gotta wipe that brownie goo on something.
But is Jaws story-based though? Like, I mean, they have the encounters, but does it actually feel like you're in that scene?
Scars a little bit.
Scars a little bit.
I see. I was
like, honestly, it doesn't feel like you're actually in the scene, but the shots and the sequences are what's fun about it. You know, so it's kind of.
So you're saying it needs some pinball moments?
I didn't say it.
It's got enough because you got the little fin and all that. No, it's fine. I'm just pointing out, like, a game could be great without that. You know,
a lot of the Jaws modes you're working, and then all of a sudden, like towards the end, the fin is popping up. So now all of a sudden, you're doing something different or unique. And I'm talking about the modes that I really like, but I realize, like Godzilla, there's nothing fancy about Gigan. Gigan is literally it's 8 ramps. Like, that's not a fancy mode.
Are you calling Keith lazy? Is that what you're saying right now? That's what I'm hearing.
I'm not saying anything, but for some odd reason, I'm okay with that mode because it's totally different than how Ebra feels, which is
it's accessible. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then, but yet you get to the tier 2
said
battles.
You phoned it in. Message sent.
The tier 2 battles actually have a lot more variety and depth. So there's some balance there. Like, that's what with X-Men, I really don't like that they actually unlock the challenging modes right from the get-go. I could agree to that. I preferred give me the easy 4 modes. Get me to the future, then unlock the challenging modes.
I will say the caveat is, though, if those modes were gated or those missions were gated, then everybody would be playing the same exact 2 or 3.
True.
I think, and even though
that's
right now
true.
kind of everybody still is for the challenging ones, maybe there just has to be some way that they can try to differentiate it.
Godzilla, those tier 2 battles are gated. You're playing the same 4
he's
battles.
got a point there.
Every time.
But you have all the side quests with Godzilla, such as Jet Fighter, such as Saucer, such as Rampage, such as Heat Ray, such as Loops, such as Mecha Godzilla, such as Godzilla Multi-Ball. That's my TED Talk. I'm done.
I get it. Another thing I miss, game I miss, is Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction was, I think, the modes in that game feel very unique.
Hey, I'm about to put mine up for sale. If you want one,
nope.
I'll
I only like games that have been pissed on. That's my that's the only games I want to buy. Are I want to
what do we like about
Pulp
I
can
Fiction?
Destroy their score. Okay, I will tell you, like the Pulse, is that what it's called? Is it the Pulse? It's something with a heart. It's when you get through the 5 main modes in the I it unlocks this. It's when you're injecting
you're nearly there.
The steroids into their heart.
Yep. I know what you're talking about. I can't think of the mode off the top of my head, but I know what you're talking about.
That mode's insane. That mode's so great. And
that's an actual mode.
What a great pinball moment. Yes.
Yeah, you got to play through all the scenes.
Yeah, that's what you have to do. Pinball. That's why.
It's great. It's an awesome mode. But each scene is I mean, it's making you focus on something different. Maybe that's it. I really hate modes where the mode is just all the shots are lit. Like, I don't want to focus on the whole game. I want to focus on, like, kind of, I don't know, make me focus on something. Don't just tell me hit everything. Don't tell me I hit everything.
That's what it's called.
The shot. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay. Thank you, Tilt Forums, whoever did that.
Yeah. So to me, it's like, once again, back to Metallica. What I love now is the challenge modes. All the crank it up modes you can do as challenge modes. And so I played that with my brother and dad and I. And so of the 4 challenge modes in there, all 4 feel very different. And that's great. That's great. Like, I like that. I don't know. Just
is this how you think about pinball too, Tom?
Yes.
There you go. Joel, you're on the right track.
I'm getting there. I'm growing up. I'm growing up. And so that to me is what the layout has to be good for me to want to buy or own a game. But the code, really, it's the code is the thing that keeps me coming back. And then that one weird caveat is, but I also need something in the game that Joe Schmo can step up to the game and have fun with. And that's the Medieval Madness Castle. That's the building in Godzilla. That's Sparky Multi-Ball. Like, you can't
I
give
think
me
that's
this.
the ultimate goal for any pinball machine. Like, you have to, it has to, the beginner level, everybody from beginner to elite has to enjoy it. And then there's got to be enough juice to squeeze out for the elite players.
Oh yeah. And that's, I will say, when Jaws was here, both my wife and my mother-in-law at separate times, they played it by themselves and then came over to me and they're like, what, that fin popping up? Like, somehow they had fumbled their way through getting to that point, to that first multi-ball where the ball was held, the screen's screaming at you.
Yeah.
Shoot it now. They see this thing pop up and they know
it's not shoot it now. It's kill it
now. But both of them were able to experience that moment. And that was enough of a moment that they wanted to play it again because they didn't hit the fin, and then wanted to immediately come tell me how cool that moment was. Like, that, obviously, as a designer, that's the goal, right? That is the goal, to put in the other quarter or to talk about it. Did you see the fin? Did you get to this?
The goal is to keep hitting the start button.
Yeah.
To get something that resonates with the player.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's the thing too, is it obviously resonated with them emotionally too.
Oh yeah.
I mean, because that's really what it is. And it's very hard. Like, if you make one shot like that and it was just a white wood, right? There's only a select few people that would get super excited about it, right? But you have to, like, truly bring everything together, which goes with the shot, the sound, the light show, right? And just any assets that you can bring in with it. And that is a unique pinball moment in the game, obviously. So,
I don't know. This is just me rambling about my thoughts with, but I've heard
for the record, everybody listening, we get these text messages from Joel all the time, like 10-minute long voice messages, just rambling while he's in his golf cart, no less.
Yeah. Yes. Well, you actually write it all out. Your rambles are like paragraphs.
I just go.
And if I realize if I'm going to write more than one sentence, I'm just going to do a voice record.
That's true.
Record my voice.
I need to start doing that. I need to buy myself a golf cart, get in there, get my iPhone to my face, and just go.
Yeah. Okay. So I will actually keep this real short. What I want to say about Looney Tunes is, it's almost like I feel like I need to apologize. What I mean is, honestly, this is me just being honest and truthful. If I ever looked on Pinside, if I ever saw, one of the threads I watch is like, show me your game room. If I ever saw somebody had a Looney Tunes in their game room, I would think less of them. Or I would think yes, that's what I mean by that. And this is me apologizing.
You just pissed off the 4 listeners that have a Looney Tunes with us. My God.
What I mean by
Do you feel the same about Texas Chainsaw people? Or wait, which one sold more, Looney Tunes or Texas Chainsaw?
Is it? I don't know, actually. I don't know if they've shared that.
I thought when I made that comment, I was just making a joke that I thought it was Texas Chainsaw, but now I'm thinking it's probably Looney Tunes.
Image of Joel as the Grim Reaper killing Looney Tunes.
No,
I'm totally going to kick you in the nuts next time he sees you. My God.
Let me explain. My experience with Looney Tunes was only at shows.
Mm-hmm.
And the game never shot that well.
Mm-hmm.
Almost, I think every time I played it, there was something mechanically wrong with it. I think when we played it initially at TPF, it like reset on us. There was like, it just wasn't, you couldn't hear the game. So the game just kind of felt a little lifeless. So to me, it's like, I felt like Looney Tunes was one of those things of, if somebody owns this game, it's because they pulled the trigger day one before they saw it, before they had a chance to buy it. And probably just haven't sold it because they feel like they're just going to lose too much money. Like in my mind, I was thinking like nobody really loves this game, right? Because this is just me being negative. But I hadn't really heard anybody gush over this game. I know my personal experience playing this game wasn't great. I know from you, not necessarily you guys directly, but like it's not like tournament players are raving about this game. Nobody's streaming it. Like it's just the demand for it isn't huge. So I just didn't have positive thoughts about Looney Tunes. So when Zach was like, hey, I'm going to have you stream Looney Tunes, I was like, all right, whatever. Like I'll stream whatever he wants. Whatever he wants to drop off.
Zach.
Yeah. All right. Let me slog through this. But in my head, I was like, I don't want a GTF stream. I don't want there to be mechanical issues. I don't want there to be software issues. I don't want to be battling this pin for 2 hours. Small side note. The game did crash one time, but luckily it was one time.
I like that transition.
Besides that one time, we
would have won, but fucking defense stopped us. We would have scored so many more points.
I watched the stream. It looked like you and Jared were having a good time.
We're having
apparently
a great time. We were having genuinely having a great time. The game shot so much better than it's shot at a show. Like the flippers actually felt snappy. The ramps, because of that, didn't feel clunky. Like the game flowed. There was a few times where, every ramp feeds a flipper. Like I comboed like 3 or 4 ramps in a row. And it's just when you get in that zen state where it's just like, shoom, shoom, you're just flying, like connecting shots. It's like, this design is actually pretty good. And then you build in the actual, the fact that the modes feel very unique. They're funny because it's freaking Looney Tunes, and the sound, even though it's like classical music and whatnot, but they've got good call outs. It's just, it was such a pleasant surprise with genuinely how much fun we had playing that game. I was prepared to ask the question to Jared, if the goal was to put a kid-friendly pinball machine at my parents' house. Would I rather my parents own Looney Tunes or Toy Story? That was the question that I was going to propose to Jared. And luckily somebody in chat proposed it like halfway through. And Jared's like, Looney Tunes by a mile. And that really surprised me. Like, Toy Story's Pat Lawler, right? Like, the game shoots great. But I mean, Travis has sold his Toy Story. I know his feelings on Toy Story.
I'll just be honest. I played
His
both.
daughter's still crying about it.
Yeah, she's still salty.
Both
I played both, and I had more fun on Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
Just flat out honest. Yeah.
But that's like Toy Story 27-inch screen, Travis. Hot rails. It's got all the bells. Like, it's a beautiful. Toy Story is such a beautiful game.
They put Forky in the game, Joel.
I had fun. The Duke Kaboom ramp is fantastic. But honestly,
it is a cool shot. I'll give them that.
There are some really good things about Toy Story, but this game just totally
Where's your Toy
surprised
Story
me.
at?
I never bought one.
Did you get an Elton John, Tom?
I did not.
I do miss Elton John.
So let me get this straight.
Yes.
You got a GNR. You got a Godfather, but you did not get an Elton John.
Correct.
I got so many questions, but Joel, go ahead. We'll come back to that question.
Wait, that's a good. That's if you want to.
I'm just
a good lead.
I'm just trying to figure out why Tom didn't get Elton John. I played the shit out of that game at TPF.
Elton John's
especially.
good.
It's a fun
game.
game.
Good. I just
it's like
I'm
Steve Ritchie's greatest
John
hits on all the shots.
So like,
yeah,
the theme didn't grab me, and then like I don't know, I didn't want to lose like $4,000 when I bought it.
To use Tom's earlier words, it is a the layout is not unique. Like, it is a Steve Ritchie's greatest hits. And then the code, I feel like the code in Elton John is not a one-off experience. Like, the code is good. I enjoy the game. But if you want,
I don't play it and I'm like, oh, this is amazing. It's just like, yeah, it's fun. I mean, I like shooting it, but like, I just like, I'm happy just going over to Lumberjack Johnny's. That's like 5 minutes down the road and go play it there.
That's fair. But yeah, so that's all I want to say about Looney Tunes. If you're a Looney Tune owner, I apologize to you. I'm sorry for any negative thoughts I've had against for you, because I actually
that was
the
kind
game's
of
really
harsh,
fun.
Honestly,
I was just being honest.
I mean,
Tom,
if I was a Looney Tunes owner right now, I'd want to kick Joel in the balls.
Probably just like crying somewhere, being like, that mother effer.
No, I'm telling you, I get it now. I understand. I understand now why.
But that's pinball. I mean, everybody has different tastes. You know, nobody has the, well, okay, maybe some people like me and Travis have the same taste in games, but like there's Joel and he's got a different taste.
There's Joel.
No, honestly, I've shot Looney Tunes and I think it shoots really good.
Yeah.
I mean, the code's fine.
I do think the code for a player at your both of your caliber, I feel like you could probably blow through the game, or I don't know. I don't know from a scoring standpoint. I don't know if, what Travis said earlier, where he likes to build up things and can I do this and this and this and boom. I don't know if that type of thought. I mean, if you remember, in the game.
We tried to do that. You were there, Joel, for that on Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
At TPF. Yeah.
I remember that.
Yep.
But this is different. Same layout, but different, totally different code and game design. But it's a fun game. I'm having a good time with it. And I thought, once again, it was when he dropped it off, I was like, we can probably give it 1 week. But if it's boring or it's just not, one stream's good. But like, we finished the stream and Jared's like, that was awesome. He's like, I am looking forward to doing that again. And so it's like, all right, let's run it back. Let's do it again next week. Because it's just to me, it's one of those.
What if Zach takes the game back though?
Maybe he will. Then I'll miss it. But it's but to me, I think it's easy to look at pictures on or video and make very strong opinions on whether or not a game is good or not, or even maybe you can play it once or twice at a show and have a very strong opinion on whether or not a game's good or not. I had that opinion. And now that it's actually here and I can play it and listen to it and focus on it, I just did a complete 180 on it, and now I need to apologize for my very strong negative opinions on the game. The game is great.
So when is Zach bringing Evil Dead?
Great question. Luckily, last night on stream,
will your wife allow it in the house?
I am pretty confident that if Evil Dead...
when are you going to shit on this game?
I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I hope we have a chance to stream Evil Dead. We normally don't stream spooky games because they're all sold out. So obviously, if Zach buys one for his own personal collection, then that's when I have a chance to stream one early.
Sure.
Otherwise, like, the extras that he orders are at the end of the run. This, I streamed Looney Tunes. Obviously, we're at the end of the run of Looney Tunes now, but this is Zach's personal game.
Didn't you play Texas Chainsaw Massacre a few months ago?
Not on stream. I played it at Expo.
I thought you had that in your house. I could have swore you did.
Nope.
No.
But
I'm tripping.
Evil Dead.
Apologies.
Evil Dead. I hope I get a chance to stream it. I hope I get a chance to play it. And I hope the code, spooky. I had a lot of fun with Rick and Morty. So Rick and Morty had very similar, like, story-based, stage-based modes. I thought the modes in Rick and Morty felt fun and very unique.
Who's on the code for Evil Dead?
Isn't it?
Who's doing the rules?
Rules is Hilton, right?
Hilton Jones.
I don't know. That's all I'm asking.
From Madison, Wisconsin.
Hilton, I think, is on rules, but the actual code, the person doing the code is, I think, the same guy that did. It's like Luke Peters. Is that right? I think that's the guy who did
that's right.
the code for Looney Tunes. So it's, I think there's a chance that it could be a lot of fun. The layout of Evil Dead.
There's a chance.
Yes. Well, first and foremost, I think we can all agree.
There's a chance Joel won't hate your ass for owning this pen.
I feel like you and I, Travis, are shills, and Joel is the real, like.
Hey, Joel gets away with it. He's so lovable with that beard. He could, like, shit on any pen. Nobody will even care.
Halloween is still not recovered.
There is still,
That's
okay,
true.
every pinball...
Halloween's Joel's fault. That is Joel's fault.
I think almost every pinball machine is fun, but if I'm struggling to have fun in a game...
You haven't played Thunderbirds before, brother.
I haven't.
I can show you a pin that's objectively not fun.
So, Evil Dead, I think we can all agree it visually looks incredible. The art package, Chris Franchi crushed it. I think we can all agree on that. That's not a surprise, right?
It's okay.
Yeah.
He did okay.
No, I think
of course he did good.
It's
like 11 out of 10.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Of course, it's awesome. Yeah.
I also, a lot of the rumors or a lot of what we heard before the game was revealed was basically what I kept hearing is I have no idea how they pack so much into the game. What I'm so pleasantly surprised by is it's not packed in the way where it just feels like there's ramp upon ramp and wireform upon, like the game feels cluttered. I don't think that at all. I think this is it's essentially, it looks like a big kind of fan layout, but yet they have so many different sculpts and very unique different plate, the shotgun shells, loading those, the double barrel shotgun on the right, the lower play field, the heads popping up out of the play field. Like there's so many cool little,
there's like literally
mechs.
Like 3 heads, isn't there? There's like the 2 on the side and then the main one.
Yeah. The moving hand on the left. One of my favorite things about Monster Bash was Drac. I'm like, why don't we have more of this? And obviously we have the shark fin and Jaws, but like, why do we not have more of this thing coming out that moves? So moving hand mech, that's pretty sick. I think the game looks great.
I'm surprised they didn't do either any of Army of Darkness or like base the game on Army of Darkness.
Because this is a franchise I know the names, but I've never seen
Sure.
them. I'm not familiar with it. Is Army
Have you
of Darkness
watched the first movie before?
I have not seen any of them. I will watch them.
I'm not going to lie because I've seen it a few times.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, like I'm just not a fan of the first movie at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Army of Darkness is pretty sweet.
I
That's
like
the
the
third
second
one.
I like
and the
that
third movie.
Okay.
Yeah. The first movie, I'm just like, but it gets better, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in your world,
Army
you
of
feel
Darkness is more, it's horror, but it's like more comedy horror.
It's like comedy
more funny.
horror, yeah.
There's more like special effects going on.
The first one's like, I need like Like, who dropped acid and made this film? That's the way the first one feels. Like, I don't get it at all. Like, I've tried watching it several times. And
I don't even think I've seen the first one, to be honest.
I think I've gotten through it once, and then I've fallen asleep 3 times in a row trying to like actually watch it, or just generally losing interest. But Army of Darkness, though, I've seen that a couple times, and that's a cool movie. The third one, yeah.
Have you seen like Fast and Furious like 80 times or something? Like what's the movie that just keeps you?
The movie that I watch,
just over. It's Age of Ultron, isn't it?
No.
That
one's all right. I've
Not
watched
Age of
Infinity War.
Infinity War. That's right.
No, I've seen Christmas Vacation.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
I'm not even lying. I have seen Christmas Vacation. I actually know how many times.
Oh, boy.
Can you guess how many times I've seen this movie?
30 times.
Let's go with 44.
You're super close. 47 times.
Why do you know that?
Because it's Christmas Vacation, Joel.
Oh, so you watch it every year? I don't know. I
watch it every year at least like apparently 1.04 times.
I don't know, Margot.
Every year. Right.
No, it's so quotable. It's a great movie. Well, I don't know. So Evil Dead, I just right now I feel like I don't have a super strong opinion on it because the game, I just really haven't seen any real gameplay yet. I am cautious about the lower right sling because it isn't a sling, it's a flipper.
Yeah, that's kind of strange too, isn't it? Because it's almost like a dead area, and then the left side's like super active, and but there's a flipper there, right?
There's a flipper there, but the fact that it's not, you're so used to the slings being slings. The fact that that's just going to be dead, the ball's
like
going to hit it.
Active, passive.
Yeah, that's going to be weird. Yep. I think that's it, but I'm very curious. That's just a thought, but maybe the first time you play it, it's really not a big deal, or it's actually super fun to use. I don't know. But I just think visually they crushed it. They got call outs from Bruce Campbell. They've got all the video footage. I mean, it looks like on paper they got everything in line to knock this game out of the park. But we'll just have to wait and see how fun it is, how fun the code is, and hopefully I'll get a chance to shoot it. If you're in on one, if you're buying one, I'm excited for you. I think this game could be really, really neat.
He likes you guys already more than if he bought Looney Tunes.
I'm not. So that was the other thing is I as much as Bug and Luke made it seem like that Looney Tunes and Texas Chainsaw Massacre were designed in an equal proportion, right? I didn't ever believe that. Like you're telling, like I feel like the rocket ship on Looney Tunes is the meat grinder on Texas. Like the worm screw that's used to lock the balls. It's like there is no reason that should be on a rocket ship. Like it's very clearly that mech was designed for Texas, and then they had to retrofit it to get it into Looney Tunes.
Yeah, that happens.
And I get that's fine, but it's like the door is the crate. I just feel like it really. I feel like they mostly focused on it. It seemed like it was more heavier towards Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and then Looney Tunes was kind of we can tweak it enough.
The Tasmanian Devil like move like this,
turn around.
Didn't give you like an indication. Yeah,
he's waking up. But those are the things. But with all that said, though, like that was my negative thoughts of just like, nah. But now that I've played it last night, I was like, this game's fun. I'm having a lot of fun with this, and it's great. It's a lot of fun. I'm trying to think. There was another game that I remember being surprised by. I got to remember what that was, but I borrowed one. Preparing GTF. To not like GTF was that one. Yeah, GTF showed up in the first. I was like, this game's actually incredible looking. Like it really stands out. And then I played.
And then you started playing it, and then I remember that stream. That was epic.
It was something.
It was a fun one.
Yeah. Those were our 2 topics. Those were.
Now I want to know. So that leads me to my next question of Tom. Like just going back to the Elton John thing too. So, Tom, have you ever gotten a game that you were just like, shit, why did I get this? And you were just like Joel. You were like, you played it a couple of times and you're like, I can't do it anymore. And you needed a palate cleanser. You don't have to name the game, but has that happened to you? He's thinking.
I don't think so. I'm trying to think. No, I don't think I'd.
That never happened to you before?
Well, maybe.
Okay. I take that back. Yes, it has.
Has it been recent?
No.
As in, like, within the past 4 years. How's that sound?
Possibly.
Does the lead designer's name, or not lead, but does the software coder's name rhyme with Schmamenson?
No.
Yeah. Oh,
Was
God,
it
okay,
Rush? Yeah.
No.
Not Rush, no. Well, my follow up was
No,
what would
Rush
be
was
your-
like Euphoria for me.
what is your palate cleanser? If you have do you have a go-to game in your collection of, like, you just got rocked on something, you're like, I just want to feel good. So you
Probably
step in.
Iron Maiden.
Yeah,
Iron Maiden.
I was literally going to say Iron Maiden.
Or
for sure.
Guardians. One of those two.
Guardians.
Iron Maiden 100%.
That's your feel good.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Well,
like,
that's the
oh,
palate cleanser.
Yeah.
That's
I
the
don't know,
palate
then
It
it
cleanser.
gives
feels
me
good because I might get my ass kicked
Yeah.
on that too, but it's still a palate cleanser. What's yours, Joel? Is it Cactus Canyon? You're going to say Cactus Canyon, aren't you?
I mean, I will be honest. It's because of the situation I'm in with borrowing games. I would
Mhm.
easily 90+% of all pinball I play is just whatever game I'm borrowing, because I just, in my head, it's like I only have it for 2 weeks. So why would I waste
Right,
my
that
time
makes
playing
sense.
anything else? But I will say, yes, it's typically, I would say a palate cleanser, just step up and have a good time. It's usually I go Cactus Canyon.
So here's a good question then. Tom, why is it Guardians? I wasn't expecting that. Like, Guardians is a fun game. I've owned it a couple times.
But I like Guardians. It's just, I don't know. It's
Because he doesn't have Metallica next.
Do you have
I like
the
the
music
theme.
on it? Like the custom code?
No.
Bobily Bobo.
So you have like the Stern, like the
I have
original Stern code
stuff,
on it.
Yeah.
Really? So it's just
Yeah.
a theme and
It
Just
shoots
like-
well.
anything else?
Breezing through the modes, trying to get the cherry bomb,
Yeah.
and
I
Cherry
do
Bomb's
like
sick.
how the modes work on that.
yeah,
How you can play through one and then the tier 2 or the level 2, whatever it's called, starts automatically
Yeah.
and only lasts for that ball. I think that's a cool nuance to build
I
upon.
think
And
it-
it kind of, I
yeah.
think Lonnie did the same thing though with Aerosmith also, right? I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Pretty-
It's
yeah.
similar.
Yeah, the upgrades. I
Mhm.
think it might be better done on Aerosmith, to be honest, but
Aerosmith's like low key fun with some of the rules. Yeah.
yeah,
I think I've played it like one time.
Aerosmith.
Aerosmith?
It's a good game.
Yeah.
It's not.
You need
Um,
to tell Zach to bring you an Aerosmith.
I don't think he has one, but
Well, maybe you should get one.
Yeah.
go on,
You
Zach.
should, you should tell him.
Just kidding.
Tom, you had a what was it? It was Whopper something you wanted.
Whopper Chopper.
The
Whopper
Whopper
Chopper.
Chopper.
I was
Whopper
thinking
Chopper.
Thumpers or something. The Whopper.
Yeah.
Oh my
like,
god,
what's
this
up?
Thumper
kid.
Stupper.
Yeah. What was it? What is this, and why? What do you need to talk? What do you need to say about it?
Okay,
Ooh.
so the Whopper Chopper is a tournament that is going to be held at Lumberjack Johnny's at the end of February. So February 27th to March 2nd. And it is based off of the new hybrid format, which the IFPA is coming out. Now, Joel, I'll explain this to you, okay?
Please do. Yes,
Okay.
I'm ready.
So in that tournament, we're going to have a main tournament, and there's 12 machines. And the way the hybrid works is for every machine that's in the tournament, you get 4 entries total on each machine. But let me explain. So you get actually 12 times 4 is 48 entries.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people think that you have to play 4 entries on each machine. That's not how it works. So you have to play at least 1 entry on the 12 machines,
Okay.
and then the rest of them are like basically up for grabs. So it's basically a best game format, where you have to play all the machines, but you have a limited number of entries set by the number of machines in the tournament,
Okay.
if that makes sense. So at
you're saying
Lumberjack Johnny's,
minimum 12 entries because you have to play one
minimum
per game.
48 entries. So there's a total of 48 entries. but you have to play a minimum of one on each of the games.
And there's 12 games.
Correct.
So if Elwyn shows up or Escher, they could play 12 games and be like, I'm good.
Probably.
Yeah. But instead of it being a pump and dump, which is unlimited as long as you're paying for it, the max that you're going to be able to play is technically 48.
Correct.
Times.
But here's the caveat. So, here's the caveat. So the entry fee is $150. Okay. By playing in the tournament, you have a chance to win a new in-box Stern pinball machine.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's sponsoring that? Or is that doesn't?
It's basically part of the tournament fund. So the tournament's funding it, but
so
we're getting it through the Kingpin games.
How many people are you expecting to be entered? What's the goal?
At this point, we're limiting it to 100 players.
100 players. Nice. Okay.
So the goal is to get 100 players. If we get a total of 60 players, we will definitely have a new in-box pinball machine to be raffled off. But here's the thing. You can also buy entries if you're in the tournament. I think it's $100. I think it's $100 for one entry, and then you get 6 for $500. So you can actually buy more entries to try to get more chances at the game. And that goes into the prize pool, 100% of that. And then you can also get entries by getting the high score on one of the games, making playoffs, yada, yada, yada.
Oh, cool.
So there's a lot of chances to basically try to get a new in-box pinball machine. We just decided we didn't want necessarily the winner to get it. But they also have chances of doing that based on, if they win the tournament, they're going to have some more entries. Yeah. And vice versa.
So the winner gets the Whoppers, but somebody in the tournament is getting a game.
Correct.
Nice. I like that.
Well, and prize money too. So if we have, if we have 100 people, the winner's going to get over $2,500.
Okay.
I like money.
Payday.
Yeah.
No, not at all. And you're streaming this, right?
I'm streaming it, of course.
Sweet. Tom Graf streams. And you're streaming next week too, as well, right?
I never stop streaming. No, just kidding. I haven't streamed in a while, but
it's got to leave the camera on for OnlyFans. Yeah.
Yes, I'll be at Atomic Pinball for the Winter Bash, which is going to be which is a Stern Pro Circuit event. There's a lot of big names that are signed up. There's Travis Murie, Tom Graf,
yeah, Neil
and
Graf?
Joel Engelberth.
Yeah,
no, just kidding. Joel's not coming.
I don't think Neil's going to play, is he?
What's that?
Neil's not playing, is he?
No, he has finals.
He's too busy watching our past flipping out streams. I know he loves them.
I love that comment.
But I think isn't Keith is signed up? Keith Owen and
as far as I know,
Jason Zoller. I thought.
Yeah, I think
Zach
Zoller signed up.
Andy Bagwell,
Greg Kennedy, Luke Nahorniak. I think Jared August is showing up.
So I think you're going to want to watch that, Joel, and learn how to play some pinball.
Yeah, those flipper skills.
It's kind of like the old school District 82 tournaments is what it feels like. Like there's a lot of solid players showing up for this. So yeah, that'll be interesting for sure.
Well,
it was because people heard I was streaming it.
That's what it is.
It had nothing to do with anything else.
1,000%.
Yeah.
1,000%.
It is. So we said at the beginning, it's December 5th. So we're hoping to record another episode before the end of the year.
That's
I think we can
happen.
do it.
So that we can.
I think we could pull it off.
So that we can do a year-end review.
Yes.
But obviously we did not do that for Thanksgiving. So we hope it can happen. We hope it can happen that the end of the year episode is always a fun one to do.
Who would you give the turkey leg to, Joel? You know, if you were like John Madden, who would you give the turkey leg to?
Monica with those brownies, you know?
All right.
Yeah. But yet she keeps it, you know, she sets realistic expectations by not bringing the napkin, you know?
Like, I know.
Yeah.
That's like the biggest FU right there. Just gives you like a bunch of chocolate. It's all gooey. No napkins. Like, figure it out. Yeah.
You're going to be on camera. Yeah, deal with this.
Right.
I still do not have my brownies.
What? Did she not hear you? Did she not know?
I guarantee you she's been in bed for since probably before we started recording. So
yeah, mine's either asleep or charting. So she's not making brownies right now. No, hopefully we can do a year in review, but if we don't, this has been another fun year. Obviously, thank you so much for the people that listen or click on the YouTube video. Thank you for all of our Patreon supporters. You know, we've been to a lot of shows and people that have come up to us saying they love the podcast. It's surprising every single time. People that have bought merch.
You actually listen to us. Thanks.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, there are people around the world that have bought merch for this, and it's crazy.
A lot of people, when I was at the UK Open, came up to me and like, "I love your podcast. It's awesome."
Yeah,
and I'm like, "What about my stream?" Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
it's humbling because we talk about this all the time, and legitimately it's like we screw around a lot on this podcast, but we also realize we're three idiots with a microphone that just like hanging out and having fun, and it's definitely
and we're
it's
not
humbling
trying to hurt anybody's feelings like Joel.
Exactly.
We all have our own goals, okay, for this, you know. So
I remember I was told that I'm only trying to shill Stern because I asked you too many questions about Avatar.
Yeah.
And then the Stern people.
It was in our notes. You don't remember?
We will show anybody but Jersey Jack Pinball because they did not invite Travis and I to see Avatar. So
and when I say Stern people, I mean like Stern fans. I heard from them that I talked about Avatar too much. And I'm like, everybody pick a lane. Pick a lane. We are all gonna start talking about haggis or home pin or something.
Yeah,
I know. Everybody's mad. I asked
today. It'll
questions.
be spooky. You talked about spooky too much.
I know.
We can't.
I know. Yeah. Everybody will be like, Travis, why did he just shit on Looney Tunes? I'll be like, what did I do? What did I do now?
It's Travis. When in doubt. So the email is tripledrain@gmail.com. What I will guarantee you is Travis will not read your email. He doesn't. He has access. He doesn't know how to do it. Tom and I read all the emails. We try to respond to all the emails.
That's true.
But
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. It goes through a filter.
Yeah.
You know, and Joel reads it and Tom reads it, and then they save my feelings from myself. They're like, oh yeah, everything was great. Nobody's shitting on you at all.
We should probably tell them what our email address is.
tripledrain@gmail.com. The problem is once I realize some of the words are longer than about 5 or 6 letters, I realize you're going to struggle, Travis. So that is
true. That is very fair. Yeah. That's not even a low blow. That's like fact. So yeah, I agree.
Oh man. I'll just read them out loud to you. That's what I'll start sending you voice memos of Travis is the email. Let me read it to you. Dear Travis.
I'll be able to listen to. Yeah.
Why'd you hate on Avatar?
We appreciate everybody. Even the people that take the time to listen, we appreciate it. And the people that end up sending us messages, even if it's like critical, even if it's disagreeing with us, like that's totally cool.
Yeah.
You know, I'm perfectly fine with people disagreeing with us because I mean, hell, I live with it. Like Monica disagrees with everything I do, and it's perfectly fine. But I love her to death because, Joel, you should see it. I'm treated so bad, Joel.
Yeah,
so bad.
Yeah, so bad.
I don't know how anybody could do this, but I survive.
Glimpse behind the curtain.
One day at a time.
Travis sent us a picture over the weekend of him hanging 3 TVs. He goes, "This is what I'm doing today." And what's funny is everybody in that text thread realizes there is zero chance Travis is hanging these TVs. That was his job. That was his task. But it wasn't. It was like 2-3 hours later. What do we get? We get a picture of Monica hanging the TVs. He gave up. He realized, nope,
Dude,
So somebody had to hold a beer.
I didn't even start. I didn't even start. I just sat there with the beer on the couch. Monica knows by now. We've been married for nearly 20 years.
We all know, Travis.
She has seen me fuck up enough stuff. She's like, it's fine. I got it.
It's not a secret.
It's not even strategic incompetence. I just simply can't do it. And it's fine. I know my lane.
I could just see the conversation. Travis on the couch with a beer.
Yeah.
Monica, the power tools are over there. If you could just hang that TV a little bit to the right.
Dude,
it's more like she's like, hey, Saturday. Tom, or she's like, Travis, what are your plans today? Because she's probably like, because I got to do this and this and this and this. And he's like, I'm going to hang those TVs. Tom. And she hears that going, well, it looks like I'm hanging TVs.
I will tell you a story, Tom, real quick. I've never told anybody this, so hopefully nobody else is listening to this. But
let me shut it off real quick.
So this happened a few years ago. And I say a few, it's like 15 years ago, right?
Yeah.
And at this point, like I was still trying, dude. I was still trying to like do the maintenance stuff and all that. And it wasn't even like I would always F it up, but I would try.
Yeah.
Right. I would give it an effort. And so I was just chilling out and Monica started working on something. And so I started being like, are you sure it's not like this? And she literally, I kid you not, just stops what she's doing. I'm behind her. She just stops what she's doing. She turns around and she just looks at me. And she's like, I love you to death. I need you just to shut the fuck up right now and get a beer and just watch me do this. And I said, okay.
Can I get that in writing? Can I get that in writing so I can laminate it and keep it in my wallet? I'm doing my job.
Right then.
Over there.
I was married to the right woman.
I'm over here. I've got my beer. There. I'm letting you do you.
She knew it. She was like, go get you a beer. She talked my love language immediately. So I knew it was fine.
What's the opposite? So one of the love languages is acts of service. So what's the opposite?
Yeah.
Like you're giving the love language of no acts of service. Like I'm showing you my love by not interrupting your acts of service.
Yeah,
support.
It's support.
Yes. That's what it is.
Support. I don't think that's one of the love languages. I forget what it was. I was
think
supposed
it's just
to listen to it.
participation.
Yeah,
you're present.
Yeah, just being there. Yes, right. Because I could be drinking a beer somewhere else.
Now, the real question is, if somebody walks into your house and sees those TVs, does she say, and they're like, oh, those look great. Does Monica then say, I hung those up? Or she goes, yeah, Travis did that. Or does she say, everybody did that?
No,
is there
everybody.
No,
there's no we. No. Anybody that's in my personal circle, they know immediately. They know. I'm just incompetent. Yeah, it's fine. Like, I'm not even going to front. That's the way it is. You know, it's not even like, who do you think levels these pins behind me, Joel? You think it's me? It's not me. I'll tell you that right now. It's not me. It's like the same way everybody thinks for the pinball company, I do the tech work. It's not me. It's Carrie Wing. She knows what she's doing.
They made a good hire. 2024 hire of the year right there.
I know,
Carrie
right there. Hopefully she gets a Twippy for rookie of the year next year or something. Oh.
Well, did you pick out that hat, Travis? That hat's, I mean,
what hat?
Did you pick out the one you're wearing?
This?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay.
I did.
Good.
Did I buy it? No, but I did pick it out to wear tonight. Yes.
That looks great.
Thank you.
All right.
Hey, it's a Christmas episode.
Sexy.
Let's
very sexy.
Thank you.
Let's plug it up. Tom, you go first.
I forgot what I do. No,
Fox Cities.
Fox Cities Pinball. I'm on Twitch, YouTube, OnlyFans.
Whopper Chopper.
Sign up now before they're all gone. Win a new inbox pinball machine. Play pinball. Have fun.
Nailed it. Plugged it well.
I thought I did.
What do you got, Travis?
I got nothing.
That's typical. Yeah.
Pinball company.
I'm on Triple Drain and all that, but yeah, it's whatever. Yeah, I'm having fun. I appreciate you too, even Joel, even Joel, and all the listeners out there.
On Looney Tunes.
I started it. I'm talking about how I changed.
Don't even edit it out. I want to see how this goes.
It was a train wreck.
I can't wait.
Yeah,
it was a train wreck.
I can't wait for the pinside threads just to like absolutely shit on you, Joel. I cannot wait.
Yeah, it's
so
coming.
Exciting.
It's coming. Yeah, and I'm Joel. I'm the guy that to shit on, and no, I do the Flipping Out Pinball stream. So check us out on YouTube. We just passed 5,000 subscribers. I was really proud of that. That was a goal of mine to see if we could get there, and we did. So I was really happy with that. And really appreciate all the support there. Obviously enjoyed doing that stream with my brother. And super appreciative.
You guys do a fine job. Even if Neil Graf doesn't think so, I think you do an excellent job.
That's fine. It's fine. I mean, only his opinion matters to me, but that's fine. That's fine. We will never reveal
this.
Wasn't that his words? Who watches this?
I was about to say we'll never reveal what he said, but
who watches this? Yeah. That's valid. He's not the first. He won't be the last person.
Hey, that's a sub 20 elite player saying that. So yeah,
so,
they're in another world.
Yeah. So far, the sub 20 comments I've heard is who's watching this, and Escher saying, if you're looking to Joel for rules, then you're host. That's the current feedback I've gotten from those sub 20 players. So far I'm doing real good.
The kids are all right.
I know my audience. Yeah.
The kids are all right.
They're just like my actual kids. They have no filter. They're just freaking brutal. If you're not ready for it, they'll just make you fucking cry. But
yeah, they're like, Dad, why'd you sell Toy Story? Dad, why didn't you do something? Is that what
no, it's like they just like the young 20-somethings just look at me like, why are you so old?
Yeah.
What happens, man?
Yeah.
It's part of it.
All right. I think we're good. Tom, like always, you get the last words.
Shit, I wasn't ready.